I'm Alan Dale, and this is the We Are Tourism podcast. I want to tell you, it's fantastic to be in conversation with people that are loving their industry, loving providing hospitality to the people that come visit our wonderful province. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you do.
I'm Rayann Crane, and I'm the founder, owner of Lumsden Beach Company.
So, Lumsden Beach Company, first of all, tell me where it is and what it's all about.
So Lumsden is a small rural community, and it's on the northeast coast of Newfoundland. So most people know Gander, so that's where I'll give you the main route, okay? So you can actually get to Gander, and you can do the loop around the shore. So you'll come up to Gambo. So of course the opposite of that is you could leave from Gambo, and come around to Gander. Lumsden is going to be basically dead center of that, 75 minutes basically on either side. So you can go on the TCH and go from Gambo to Gander. You know, you'll see Joey's Lookout, which is nice, but if you do that loop, you get to see all these beautiful little communities, and Lumsden being in the center.
Wow, and this loop is right along the shoreline.
Right along the shoreline.
The scenic views must be something else.
Amazing, amazing. So,
talk to me about Lumsden Beach Company.
So Lumsden Beach Company is basically my passion project, my dream that people went along with me, and we managed to get this going. Lumsden has beautiful beaches, so there's not just one beautiful beach, there's many beautiful beaches. It was basically the locals' best kept secret for a long time. And then the staycation year hit, and it became not the best kept secret anymore. So we saw a need, because back in 2020, 2021, the beaches were there, but the infrastructure wasn't there. Bathrooms, garbage cans, a place to get water, a place to get a bite to eat, a place to stay, that wasn't there. And that, my background living in beach communities throughout other parts of the world led me to wanting to kind of bring a little bit of that to Lumsden, knowing that it could really handle it, at least for the summertime. So we founded Lumsden Beach Company. It's accommodations. It's a cafe on the beach. We have kayak rentals. We keep expanding. I'm going to go back to accommodations, because some people might think hotel or cottages. Well, we had property that was on the beach, but it was in an area of Lumsden called Lumsden North. It's resettled property. The power went out, left the area in 1965. So there was no power, there was no water, and there was no septic. And I wanted to start a business. So despite people telling me a lot of things, we said, how can we do this? How can we have people stay? So we thought glamping, that was a big thing. So we started with trailers. So the first year we had 3 trailers, and we used generators. We brought the water, we took away all the other stuff, and we just grew from there. So now we have 7 trailers on the beach. They're beachfront on our property. We have since been very fortunate to have power back in the area. Okay. So we're no longer on generators, we're on power. We now have water, so we've managed with the town to get water brought back. And of course the septic, we deal with that. Right. And we now even have Wi-Fi in the area. We're in the process now of more beautifying what we already had, giving our guests a more family-friendly camping environment, but they don't even have to bring the camper. Right. We have the camper. The beds are made, dishes are there, everything. They just come with their food, their beverages, their family. So we're just giving people the opportunity to make amazing memories at the beach, but in a very simplified way. Then, on the other hand, if they want to rent a kayak, they can do that. If they want to rent this upcoming year, we hope to have e-bikes for them to rent. We have a beach hut now, which is like a day rental. So even if you're not an overnight guest, you can use our beach hut. And as of 2022, we started with a hot dog cart, but now since 2022, we've been in a beautiful cafe on the beach. You overlook the North Atlantic. We lease that from the town of Lumsden. So the town of Lumsden has really helped us to be able to grow the business, because the cafe, we open it 7 days a week, and we open at breakfast right on till through supper. We have special events like music. So we just have given people an overall tourism experience. They don't just come and stay in the trailer. and go on the beach, they can have an immersive experience.
It must be amazing to wake up in the morning in that camper and just look out at the ocean. Tell me about that. What's that?
It's amazing, and I think that's why we have guests that came the first year, and I'm going to be honest, the first year was a little rough, generators and bringing water. But it's that experience that you just described that have brought them back to us the second year and the third year, and now they've seen how we've put the work in,
right.
And we're wanting them to come back, so we're giving them reasons to come back, and it's waking up to that, hearing the waves. You're laying in your bed in a camper, and you can just hear the waves crashing. We're actually next to a little brook, so that's beautiful as well. And then in the evening, it's the sunsets. So you're sitting out, the fire pit is going, you can smell the food is on the barbecue, you can see the stars, and then the sunset. And the sunset is usually over what we call Back Beach. So everybody knows Lumsden, not everybody, but people, when they see the pictures, usually it's Lumsden North, because it's that long stretch of beach, very wide. But on the opposite side, we call it Back Beach. It's the one the locals don't tell you about. That's where the sun sets.
Wow.
There's no money in the world that can pay for that. It's just beautiful.
I tell you, it sounds amazing. It sounds like in growth mode. Are you excited about the hospitality industry in Newfoundland right now?
Definitely. I see where Newfoundland and Labrador is, even in 5 years since I started, it's changing. It's changing in the sense that Newfoundland is now becoming a destination for tourists. We see that. We go to travel shows. We're just in Toronto. We're going to Calgary. We were there last year. When people talk about Newfoundland, they're talking about it as a destination. They're not just coming because they have to come to St. John's for work, but they're coming because they want to experience the authentic, true Newfoundland hospitality. And I find with Newfoundlanders, there's always a story to tell.
Yeah.
And people love the stories.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, as a hospitality industry in Newfoundland, we're going to do well, because we have such a story to tell.
Yeah.
In our area, we have the stories of the shipwrecks, which are, there's tragedy, but yet there's still amazing stories to tell. The fishing communities, there's so many stories to tell. So I think just in general, Newfoundland is going to thrive as a tourist destination as we move forward. And yeah, I'm super excited that I get to be in on it at this level.
An absolute pleasure to have you in conversation. I got to tell you, you make me want to go to Lumsden.
Good.
There's little doubt about it. There you have it. This is what the face of tourism looks like in Newfoundland and Labrador.